welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, guys, we are going to create a website called Kwitter. So, it's similar to the Twitter platform that we all use on social media. So, first of all, you have to enter a username. Let's say if I'm choosing the username to be Purple Pizza, then you have to click on the login button. Over here, you can see a text Welcome Purple Pizza. Now, we will add a room. When I click on this Add Room button, then it will navigate to quitterpage.html and it is showing some text over here. Okay, so it shows how many people have chatted on the same room. Let's see if I put it as live streaming. Let's add this room. Just over here, I've put the text as live streaming and I click over here hashtag add room. Then it will navigate to this page. And over here, I've put some text like hi, how are you? Me good. So over here it's showing basically the text and we have the option of liking it. We can like it as many times as we want. We have the text input box and the button, and we also even have the logout button. So when we click on the logout button, it will navigate to index.html. So guys, now let's start off with index.html. So first we are going to write doc type as HTML. So we are telling the computer that our document or this coding is in HTML. It's the same as HTML tag. You can leave it as well. There is no compulsion. Now we're gonna put the head tag. Inside the head we'll put the title. You all know the drill, right? Now over here you have the three Firebase links. So Firebase is basically a database platform. I'm gonna discuss that in upcoming videos. So you can understand it in a more better way, but I'm going to give you a brief introduction about it. So basically it's a database platform where you store your data. So since it's a chatting app, we need to store our data and it needs to be updated. So we are going to use Firebase for that. So these are the three links for it. I'll be pasting these links in the description. Now this is the link for the Google font. I'll just tell what Google font is. So I'll open Google font right here, Google font. So over here you can see there are many options of Google fonts, like you have Roboto, you have Poppins. So I'm gonna click on Poppins, and over here you have a few links which you can embed in your web page. Okay. Now these are the Bootstrap links. So Bootstrap is like it is used for the framework and basically the UX UI of your web page. So UX UI is another term which you have been introduced to in this video. So basically it means that user experience, user interface, like how is the designing of your app, like it is, like is it motivating the user to use your app, like how it is affecting the user experience and the interface basically. So that refers to the so Bootstrap helps to enhance the same. Okay, now we're going to put link rel style sheet type text css href is style.css. So it is basically for linking the css file style.css, which is basically your css file. Now you all must be wondering that why aren't we putting that javascript link over here. See, you can put it in the head, there is no harm in it, but we're going to put it over here. Why? Because I want the computer to read this data first and then open the javascript. Okay, now we're going to end the head tag and start off with the body tag. So now center tag h1 classes header. So I'm giving the classes header so that I can let style it later on in css. So Twitter is the text. Now superscript image src is equal to m2.png, superscript subtag end and h1 end. Now you all must be wondering that what is this subtag doing. So it is basically for the superscript. Like I'm gonna give an example to make this more clear to you. Like let's say if we have a h3 tag, c o Soup tag 2. Okay, and I'll hit the save button. I'll show this to you how it works. Oh, okay. So first I'll just live test it. Just give me a minute. Yeah. So over here you can see CO2 like this. So this is the superscript. So superscript puts your text a little bit over like the rest of the text. Okay. Like the mail icon over here is a little bit towards the top to the text Kwitter. Okay. Now let's understand what the subtag does. So it just puts the text downwards. Okay. Like let's say if we have uh, so like over here we can give the example of H2O. H2 and O right here. So we are gonna hit the save button and I'm gonna show you how it looks. Actually that's a subscript. I forgot to put it in the sub tag. My bad. I'll save it once more and I'm gonna try it out. Yeah. So over here it will be like this. So this was about subscript and superscript. I hope you understand it. Now we're gonna start off with this div tag. Now div class call LG4, call MD6, call SM6, call XS11. Now this must be looking very confusing and I'm going to explain it to you. Now see, your computer screen basically is divided into 12 columns. Okay. Now what I want is that I wanted to cover 4 columns of it. So this is basically the Bootstrap class. So for a large device only 4 columns to be covered. For a medium device 6 columns. For a small device 6 columns. And for an extra small device I wanted to cover 11 columns. So I'm just going to show you how it looks in different devices. So first you have to click on inspect, right click and click on inspect. Then you can see this icon right there, toggle device. Yes. Now over here it's showing the mobile screen interface, like how it looks like. Okay. So it's covering the whole thing, isn't it? Let's say if I give call LG12, just to give an example to you. So it's covering the whole thing, right? But I wanted to cover 4, so I'll just save it the way it was. Okay. Now image src is logo png, a class is logo, so this is our own class. This is not a bootstrap class. Remember we have a bootstrap class and not a id. Many people get confused in the same concept. Okay, so it's basically this cute bird png, right? Now we're going to start off with the H3 tag. So it says, see what's happening in the world right now, join Twitter today. Now, div class form group, as you can see over here. So this form group is a bootstrap class, which is basically like enhancing the UX UI. Let's remove it and see. So it's basically adding the padding and margin to your div to make it more to make it look more pleasing to the user. So without it as well, it is not making much of a difference because we've used many CSS properties. And we're going to use label username, and then we're going to write the text input box, type as text, ID is user underscore name, class is form control, which is another bootstrap class. So let's remove this class and see through what happens. So I'll save this thing. It's looking like this and it is not looking beautiful at all. So in order to beautify it, we are going to use this form control class. It's looking much better now, isn't it? Now button ID is login button, class is btn primary. So the first btn is adding margin and padding to your button. The second btn is referring to the button itself, and primary is the color. Like this is basically your bootstrap class. So for blue, in order to give a blue color, we write primary. For giving an orange color, we write warning. For red color, we write danger. Okay. Now, and for green, we write success. Now, on click. So, on click is basically an event. You can use on DBL click, which is on double click. You can also use on mouse over, but generally with buttons, we use on click. So, on click is equal to add user. So, it means that whenever the user is clicking on the button, whenever this event is being called out, then add function will be, add user will be called. Now login is the text and button ends, br, the div ends, the center tag ends, the script src, Kwitter.js. So this I told it to you earlier, we have to put it before ending the body, and then the HTML also ends. Now, rather than putting a center tag, you can also give a body align is equal to center. Just be careful of the spelling. Make sure that you don't put the wrong spelling of center. Yes. Now we're going to start off with style.css. Yes. So now we are going to start off by looking at the HTML and the body. So we are going to give the styling as height 100% and margin 0. Okay. So it automatically refers to 0 pixels. You can add it. You cannot. You can just leave it as it is. It's your wish. Okay. Now body background image is linear gradient. So it is used to add a gradient to your web page. So to right top, so it starts from right top. Okay, from here. Okay. So these are the shades I've used. So basically these are the hex code. You can take the hex code from the color picker which Google has to offer us, or I'm going to share a website with you in the description for the same. Okay, it gives you very good gradient options. Now dot header. So dot header is the class for the h1 right here. Okay, so dot header color should be white. Okay, I'll just show it to you how the output is looking like. So dot header, so the text is white in color. Okay, linear, yeah, font family is this one we are using. Okay, which we've linked in the which we have put in the head tag. The font size is 45 pixels. Letter spacing is 10 pixels. So as the name suggests, it basically like gives spacing between your words. Okay, it's in your hands, it's your wish whether you want to make it look clustered or like nice and spacious. Okay, now margin top is 80 pixels. So over here, as you can see, I'm giving a margin over here as 80 pixels. Okay, I'm giving some spacing. You can give it 200 pixels, as much as you want. Okay, it's your web page. And then header image. So header image is basically referring to this image right there, this mail image, the Gmail image. Now oh, the width is 80 pixels and margin left is minus 15 pixels. Okay, so let's say if we give it as 15 and let's try how it looks like. Okay, so with 15 actually, I'll just give minus 15. So it's not making much of a difference, as yeah, is that it's moving it a little bit towards the left, and over here it's moving a little bit towards the right. Okay, now login div background is white color, float none. Now basically what this float none does is that it makes it align in the center. Okay, float right will make it align towards right, and float left will make it align towards left. Okay, now border radius is basically used to give this curving. It's used to curve the div. Okay, Now logo. So dot logo png is this cute bird png. Okay. So we are giving it a width of 80 pixels. Margin top is 30 pixels. Okay. So you can see over here there is a spacing of 30 pixels, and border radius is 40 pixels. So we are curving the borders basically. Okay. So we are giving for the logo. Okay, we are curving the borders. Now login button. So for the login button, I want the width is 80%. You can decrease it according to your own wish, and border radius is 15 pixels. Okay, now this is the second part which I am going to discuss in the upcoming video, so make sure that you don't miss that. Now we're going to start off with a Kwitter.js. Now function add user. Now what is this add user function? As discussed in the HTML, when we click the button, then add user function will be called. Okay. Now username is equal to document dot get element by id username dot value. So we are extracting the value. Now over here you can see local storage. Now what is this local storage thing? I'm going to explain it to you. Now let's say if I right click over here, firstly I'll enter the username. Let's say if I enter the name as purple pizza as I entered earlier. Now I'm going to click on application right here. So it's showing purple pizza. You just ignore the room name. That's for the upcoming classes. In the upcoming videos, I'm going to discuss the same. Okay. Yes. Now, local storage. So basically, local storage is the storage system of a computer where data is stored locally within your computer. Like you cannot access it with other computer. If you want to access it with other computers, then you can save it on the cloud storage. Okay. Now, local storage dot set item. Now we want to set an item in the local storage with the key as username. So the name of the key will be username. That's a file kind of thing you can understand. And the name is user underscore name. And the value is basically the username which the user has put in. Okay. Now window dot location Twitter underscore room dot html. So it is navigating to this room, this HTML page which we are going to discuss in the next video. So I hope you liked it. Please give it a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Until then, bye bye.